just this scary. And she immediately told, oh, it is so scary. And so it was still time I thought it is time. And I don't remember. Yes, I don't remember if I that time I have already become a head or not. That was the department only. That means I continued for so many years after that. But I was sincerely looking for a transfer. My whole intention was, I knew that I have some limited ideas, and some new people should take over it. So new ideas will come. It's not a new trajectory. Get some idea, leadership must change. But unfortunately, whatever it may be, the headquarters people did not, instead of giving me a change, they changed me to the head of the center. And so, if though somebody is here, they, this is a change. I was asking for something, and what it came automatically. Now, why I am telling this? All through your experiences and teachings, if you be very unbiased to analyze things, how this institution grew up. It could grow because none of us ever felt कि I am giving a job to Ujjwal or Ishaq. Remember Ishaq telling, why you come all the time, only that time when I'm late? So, I believe in my mind, throughout the tenure, I never felt anybody was a staff here. I never felt. So it was almost we are stakeholders doing it together. So that is what when Satyama is telling, what is our way out? We have to, whether we have to rent a building and how do we run the show. You must think of like you are running a show on your own instead of being dependent on somebody else. Forget about Ramakrishna Mission headquarters or Laimukha helping you. As if you have taken up a new startup, you are running the show. My job is doing this, making you aware what is happening, what is the perception, and that's all. You remember even when we were making fees, how much to charge and how much not to charge, everything we were discussing together and coming to a conclusion. How much money you spend for, they are the people who are going to get salary, and I am discussing with them. How much money has to be kept for printing the book? How much money has to be kept for buying computers? Yes. Every session, if you are getting 100 rupees, what is the percentage for books? What is for salary? What is for maintenance? What is for building? Something like that. So that everybody knows that this is our running, and we have to run the show. So there was no question. I don't remember anybody ever asked, do this, do that. Let this here? No. Yes. So this is how it started. But when I was leaving, I was being worried. Worried in the sense, not worried about not having good people, great people doing it. What I was worried is the bond, that relation, that family, the thinking, that approach. If it changes, it may become like any another organization, another institution, where you, though I think we all together evolved the system. You remember if somebody was being able to teach for so more subjects, his salary per hour will be more, because even though he's not teaching, he is able to teach. That is why teachers were made to learn more subjects. You learn more subjects, even if you are not teaching, but you can teach 4 subjects, even if teaching only beginners. That is indirect way of making a teacher learn more, equipping them. And I think Chiranjeev was sent, and some of the other teachers were sent to get some training somewhere. Chiranjeev went for CCNA, and some teachers were given leave, paid leave rather. In those days, paid Prakas, doing online job. So we are purposefully releasing some people so that they nourish themselves up, learn from outside, and then give it back to the organization. And there was sometimes a notion that if they are not giving it back to the organization, they'll give it somewhere, or they'll make a job somewhere. No loss. Ramakrishna Mission is here to make people grow. So he has grown. If at the cost of the institution only does that. It is our job to make people grow. So he has grown up and he has gone somewhere. Fantastic, let him go, no problem. But we have made them to become something higher. That was the notion. So when I was living, the worry only was, in fact, it is very severe now, he told, that the amount of work you are doing alone will not be possible. You are getting more people to do that. Because you remember, now I was saying we are having two special comms to clean the. You remember, Anand, I must have said, we were doing so much hard physical work, including breaking the walls, cleaning those things, putting the racks in order, and the day certificate day. I don't know how it is happening, maybe happening the same way. So much hard work. Towards last, you were not allowing me to work because you go, because they're coming in half pants. So we were doing some music. So if Maharaj better take rest, we are taking care. We don't know. So, no, the thing is, we're trying to be equals and sharing the responsibility. सौरभ इसका मार्क नहीं दे रहा था, वहाँ पे उसका फोन नहीं पकड़ रहा था, उसको डाउन. When we asked for a vehicle, he will be ready 12 o'clock at night. Come on! Wait, almost 70 police. You saw our photo now only, no? Somebody is telling your boss has come. Actually, be there. Actually, that is. This Alfreda did not come, you know. She has become too big.
You have to do video call.
Huh?
You have to do video call.
Video calls. Sure. So this is how this center. This is a little story where I find this thing. When I saw now this Chetan Maharaj is one of the youngest one to be what is doing. Apu Maharaj is there. He is more of a South observer than be into the real business of the center because he had to look up so many things. But he was one of my very close friends there. Even now I make so much fun of it. But then when Chetan Maharaj was a very good, even before becoming a monk, he was working in a very big company in Singapore, and then he has a lot of experience. But for handling this issue, always we will be looking for a person who has some white hairs on his head and little sin. And he's just completed his training center, has been given such a responsibility. And actually, he has so many other things that is of very prime importance for his own life. But then he has been asked to do it, and I was so happy that what I took years to learn, he has learned in very small time. He has got it. But still, sometimes what doesn't work in his favor is being a little senior, being a little bulky, helps to be an administrator. No, we are maintaining hostels, so these boys, they are little naughty. So we are putting one Swamiji there because he's bulky. They are scared. So both way, even then, he is handling so many things. And Apu Maharaj, what he has done is somehow the situation has changed, and he has to look after mobile dispensary, guest house, so many other things are there, and then be here. There are too many challenges, in fact. So how it is being, it can be managed well is what exactly we are doing. We are doing that. The onus is on us. How we make it. In the lecture I was telling AI, VR, and all those new thinking. It's really something we have to brainstorm in that. What is coming? Whether this Windows and MS Word will run for. And if you are not prepared to teach the new subjects, what do you do? All these investments, these buildings, this furniture, computer, etc. You have to get ready. Teachers have to get ready. And his job is perhaps, please take it spiritually, that your job may be encouraging the teachers to learn, even if it becomes your investment. Sometimes, maybe that you cannot learn in the session April to May or April to June. This is one of my idea. But when the lean seasons, the teachers, they can learn new subjects. If teachers are coming from outside, fine. Otherwise, you go somewhere and learn. Whether it is online or off campus, wherever, as if you are sponsoring them to come back with new knowledge, new idea. Just like Setimai was asked, I thought there are many people can get jobs if they go for video editing. It is a simple subject. Boys and girls are not good at coding. So video editing, many people are going for marriage party, do this, do that. They can have a small shop, hundreds of people you can engage. She took some clips, edit it. She was sending me, even how people are coming, the animation courses, all those things. There. So, and I was a critic even after going away from here. Being critic is one way very helpful. Otherwise, you keep praising yourself. I remember Anindita is here? No. Yes. She took an English class. Nobody will say this. I told her, why are you taking English class when your teeth are not white? When she has taken a QI, her teeth has become red. That is that class of study. Nobody will dare to say this to a girl. But we are having such a bond of relation that you can tell, no, you must, we are expecting this, so because we are going now in international, they will not like this. I remember once, I learned this from Carolyn. Carolyn is working, and I can't say who was working more, working less, but she was running and thrusting and in the process, her junction was told from here. So. And from immediately that there, she ran, took a taxi, went back home, came to the new junction. She wanted to look proper. She was not putting lipstick, but there was some program, and at that point of time, she thought it was necessary. These small things we need to learn. This is the standard or something. And that I am passing on to another. Because already doing this, you do this, the small things. So you teachers, and you can, I feel you can suggest, just like the hospital, they have suggested we need this machine. You can suggest. You don't expect Chetan Maharaj to say, let us do this, let us do that. There's so many other things to do. The teachers who are not here, they really can suggest, because you are the people who was telling this, that Girija Maharaj has made me. I told, but you have made this institution. Today we are speaking that. I can bet we all together made this institution. There was no support almost. Even Sadhu Maharaj, Brahmadevan secretary, told me, see, I understand, I am not being able to support him in any way. But I told him, Maharaj, you have permitted me. That is the biggest support. Without his permission, how things were happening. I am going to governor's house asking computer. Sadhu Maharaj permitting me. But he was so humble, he said, I have not helped. I could not help him. But the help was coming spontaneously from the teachers. I remember there was time, really there was not enough to eat. Food was so bad. We were not having food. And even then, Ananya must be when I was there, Ujjwal also, the broken table, the one end has fallen, the other end we are using it. That is the story, the renunciation, the tapasya that we have made, and that is how it has come up. So people have appreciated it, and then some support is coming, now we have a very good building. But this building is a secondary thing. As we have seen, the pictures we saw, if in the backstage you can run a class, because they found the teachers are very much concerned about the students. That was an universal selling point. The teachers, everybody, right in the office to that place, what Rapsana was telling, what Caroline was telling, that when they go out, there may be something just because you are assigned this duty you are doing. But here, all of us were concerned about the persons who are coming. And that language, whether you speak Khasi, English or Bengali, it doesn't matter. The concern in such a language, it
passes.
reaches that person. You find you are worried about them. So, I will only request you, because we have gone most of the time, and I will request these two Swamis who are now, most Swami has come. I don't know what to do with looking after. I know they are under too much pressure, but it is your help in visualizing what is going to come and convincing, because you perhaps cannot convince the Secretary Maharaj, but you can convince here, and that is their job to convince the Secretary Maharaj. So this is way how we need to go. see the trends, and getting people employable is our, see, that is our target. Not giving them certificates, getting people employable. So just find, you have to find out, are they employable? And because you have exposure to the outside world, you can always, now, because it is a global world, but the transformation is very fast. What was being required in West 100 years back, we are not needing in India. But now it is almost becoming what they are needing to today, we are needing tomorrow. It's coming. So we have to get ready. Just like coronavirus is happening in China, it will not come to India or thinking. It's not like that. They are so interconnected and so fast. So that determination will come. I will request Apu Maharaj and Chetan Maharaj to see that we do not become just like a relation of employer and employee. We have that same family. I remember there is a story in our Velumat's history. People, Swamis are going to do relief work, and after doing relief work, there was nothing to eat. There is Swami Bhutesananda. He used to say that, so let us have full stomach of Ganga water. There is nothing to eat. So let us drink full Ganga water. So that is what, when we are not having enough to eat, we are not having computers that is very pathetic. Still then, with our concern, with our best efforts, we could make people convinced. I remember I told one soldier, let us give an advertisement, we are having this process. And he told his experience, Maharaj, I've seen whenever I give an advertisement, they have this experience. We don't have to go through advertisement. Our work will spread through the word of mouth. With his idea. So, perhaps you never gave an advertisement?
No, sometimes
To give the important dates.
Information
Important
only.
days, mostly during children's special and all those things. No, acha. Important days, only days. These are the important days, yes. Let's see, continue? No.
We used to give
only appreciation was
Because why that was happening is because people come and spend it all over. So this is the taste formal level, this is the traditional style, this is the. So today calling them together, one way you have done good is every one of them have contributed immensely. That perhaps you cannot imagine. They have sold my photo, but if you look at the photos, I was telling a pregnant lady, Thailin, was mopping the floor. Caroline was being rebuked by her mother and she was walking so as an upset. I should not take name who has done what. Really unimaginable. When I have gone to big institute now, big very campus, 200 staff, and but I went to one of the teachers' meetings. I found, because I don't look after the exact school administration, I do the whole policy making and everything. I said, my God, who the principal is rebuking the teachers like this? I've never attended a second meeting. And now that person has changed. Told, teachers cannot be taught in this way. If teachers are being taught this way, maybe the teachers are being selfish, maybe. But then we will have our own originality. They don't change in their job. But perhaps in some places they take everything. Maybe that has become their their culture. If you have to put a chair, you ask that this teacher will put a chair, otherwise teacher will not put. Somewhere. But here, many of the things you have done without being asked before. Right at the moment, whatever is not done, it is actually my job. Many places they say it is not my job. And here we thought everything what is there to be done, it is my job. It is not her and her job. So that was the philosophy that made us do this with so limited resources. If you can carry this on, and you have got, sometimes you may think, I don't know, is Singapore
Experience.
days, sometimes may, because she was a MNCs. So that is obvious, because after brahmacharis and all those things is handling this. So to get this pulse, to make people involved, without, I was very reluctant, not reluctant. The biometrics has come after my being away from them. So what is the need? If you are telling them to come at 6, they come by 5:30. But telling them to go by 7, they are going by 9. So why do you need the biometrics? So, so they're doing much more than what you're expecting. And not that they have not got tributes, but there was so much of joy. ये लोग मजा कर रहे थे ना, चिरंजीव को आज डांट पड़ा है ना, इसको किसको something somebody is reviewing with ऐसे something fun. कोमल खाना क्या उसके मेरे को ही डांट रहे थे. एक मीटिंग हो रहा था, सब लोग बैठे थे. सब वो एक लेडी लेट में जस्ट लाइक काम मत करिए. एक काम भाई अच्छा काम so she is coming and everybody is quiet. Why I have hired them. The time was this. You are coming late. You are losing time. So if some 10 people are sitting, you have come 2 minutes late. So 10 into 2, 20 minutes you have spoiled. So everybody has been scared. He is sitting quiet. And then Gopal enters. Nice. देखे ना तुमने? आप सबको डांट दिया ना क्या? सब चुपचाप हो गए क्या? And everybody laughs. I was telling her you are too right. Anyway, so that was the relation that is to say. So what we need to have that relation amongst ourselves. Then only we'll succeed. Otherwise, it will become like any other organization. You will be looking for how much money you are getting. You are calculating all the time how much hours I render here and how much money I get. And if you do think that anytime you get little more money, you will be doing that. And there will be no continuity. And that is not good for the institution. Even not good for the person. Little money and his liability, not his liability lost. So I know there are some teachers here who did not go for better jobs. Who have not gone for better jobs. Sometimes I myself have told some people to go because I knew that we cannot pay them. That is different story. तो चेतन तुम्हारे एक्सपीरियंस है ये सब 2 साल हो गए हैं कैसा लग रहा है अब मन सबको अच्छा लग रहा है
No videos, please.
Okay, stop.